Hey guys, Adam here from Tint Academy. Now we'll show you two different methods of how to cut a window. I get a lot of...
Check this out.
Okay.
I look good.
Okay. On the street and I got my swag on.
how to cut a window. I get a lot of questions about this, about the proper way of laying the film and cutting the film. So the first method we're going to do is a Sharpie method. We're not putting any knife onto the window. Second method is we're going to cut on the window and we're going to install it from there to see which one is better. These are both for beginners. Now I always get the question, should I invest into a plotter? These are easy cut systems you can use where you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on a plotter and you can do it right there. So the first method is going to be our Sharpie method. So I've already done my inside prep, I've already done my outside prep. All we're doing in this tutorial is how to cut the window film properly. So first thing I'm going to do is spray my window down. I have my roll of film here. So we have our factory edge and factory edge. We want that to be on the top and bottom. The reason why is when we shrink the film, it only shrinks in that factory edge position. So we don't want to burn the film. So a lot of people, when they get messages, the film is disoriented away, so it's going to cause these funny wrinkles and creases into the film. Second thing is we have a liner and backing sheet. So the backing sheet always needs to be facing out. So when I'm cutting the film, the liner of that is going to be facing me. That's to protect the adhesive. So when I go to install it, I come into the inside and I put it straight onto the glass. So let's lay this film out and do our Sharpie method. So I'm going to lay my film out, factory edge on the bottom, factory edge on the top, roll it out. Yeah. And I'm going to make my cut. Now I'm taking a piece of film out and I'm putting my factory edge directly on the bottom. Okay? So I want it totally flush along the bottom. We're not going to make any cuts along there. Now I'm going to use the Sharpie. So I like using the red Sharpie because I can see a little bit easier here. So take my Sharpie, bring a line straight down through here. Then I come to the other side and I'll make a line straight down through here. Now, I still want to do my top cut, so before I do that top cut, I'm going to anchor out the entire piece of film here. And I'm going to open up the door, and I'm just going to slightly roll it down. So now, let's make that top cut. I'm going to go 5 blade clicks out, pulling tension off the top, 30-degree angle. The following line will pull away, and pull away. So now we're going to take our piece here, take it over the table and make our finishing cuts.
Yeah.
Now we have it on our makeshift plotter here. We like to use this one because you lay out a lot of PPF. We actually measure it and all that kind of stuff. So you can see here I have my one red line and my second red line. The top is already cut. We'll take my ruler. Now on that Sharpie line, I want to follow the outside of the edge. Like again, if you watch the next one, we're going to do a shift on it, which is going to be 1/4 of an inch. So this takes care of that 1/4 of an inch shift. And straight down, pull that away. Now, same on this side here. I'm going to line that up, come through. So now I have my pattern. So now I'm just going to take it and we're going to rotate out all those corners to get those off through here. Now we have my pattern cut without actually bringing it to knife on the board. So let's go back to the window. So I'm going to spray out the window. Now we're ready to shrink and install this piece of film. So that was doing hand cutting without actually putting a knife to the blade. So we're just going to do we're going to line at the bottom factory edge, Sharpie line, do our top edge cut, take it over to your peel board, and just straight cut. And that's the easiest, most effective way to cut out that piece of film. So we just showed you the Sharpie method. Now, if you're a beginner, you don't want to put a knife against the car, risk of damaging any kind of rubbers or seals. The Sharpie method is the easiest, fastest method to do. Some downplays of it does take a little bit more time, and you need a peel board to take it off and measure it out. The next one is a hand cut. Now, again, we've already outside prep, inside prep. This demo is just to show you how to cut on a window. So I'm going to spray my window and take my film. Like we said in the one before this, backing edge will be facing me. We have our factory edge. I'm going to lay my film out. I'm going to roll it out across the glass. Pull away and make my cut. Now, like I said, we have our factory edge on the bottom, factory edge on the top. I'm going to put my film, so I'm going to put my bottom edge right up against that seal. We don't want any kind of gap. So again, I don't want to do any kind of cutting there. Once I line it up, I'm going to do 3 hard anchors so this film doesn't shift anywhere. Now I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to make my large side first, small side, then my top edge, and then round out our corners. So 2 ways I can do this. I can either start from the bottom and work my way up, or I can start from the top, work my way down. If you're new, we always just start from the bottom because you already get a little bit of a jagged side in that piece of film. So that's going to prevent that from happening. So let's go from the bottom. I'm going to enter my film, no blade out, and come one piece in, come up, all the way up, and then peel the film away. Once I make that cut, I'm going to lift my film up and spray underneath it. We'll do that for about 1/4 of an inch, or we'll make that. So now I'm going to slide it 1/4 of an inch. Now, 1/4 of an inch is different on every single cover. So we have these rubber seals here. I'm going to slide it towards that rubber seal. Then I'm going to anchor it out again. Then I'm going to do my small side cuts. Come in here, push your film out, come all the way up, and pull, and pull. Now I made my small side, I'm going to shift it back. So I already shifted it 1/4 of an inch towards my large side. Now I want to shift it back 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to lift this up, spray underneath it, and then I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch, or 1/8 of an inch. Now this does not have to be perfect, as long as we have even overlap on either side. Now you do 3 hard anchors across the film. Last, the final cut we're going to do is going to be my top edge cut. We'll pull that away from the glass, and do 3 clicks down. So now this piece of film travel with the glass. I'm going to pull tension on a piece of glass, have my blade 5 clicks out, coming straight on top of the glass, and down, pull away, and pull away. Now we have my pattern out through here. My next thing is I want to do what's called my cleanup steps. I want to clean up these corners coming across through here. So I'm place on the glass, and I'm going to just round out my corners using my finger. Now our next step is going to shrink. We're going to do one more inside prep, then install. So those are the 2 methods of how you can cut a window if you do not have a plotter. Personally, if you're brand new, the Sharpie method is a lot easier. It is a little bit slower because you have to go to multiple steps. If you're comfortable cutting on cars, this is an easy, fast way to actually cut on the cars. Now down below, again, this was just the cutting steps using either the Sharpie method or cutting right onto the glass. Down below, I have lists of how to shrink, how to install, and how to do your final checks and corrections to make sure that your window film is customer acceptable. If you have any questions, our email and phone numbers are below. We look forward to making this help you be more successful with your window tinting.
Check this out.
Okay.
I look good.
Okay. On the street and I got my swag on.